Diamond channel, welcome. Right, this video is a quick one. I'm gonna be talking about this watch. I've been given a fake Rolex watch, so I'm gonna talk about what I look for if I'm trying to decipher whether a watch is real or not. Not just Rolex, any brand. I'll tell you the things I look for, but Rolex I'm probably best at because I used to own one, so I used to wear one every day, and just being a jeweler, I've handled them loads. But there are plenty of watch brands I've never handled, and there'll be fake versions on the market, so I'll give you some advice on how to figure out whether a watch is real or not. So I'll get into it after I said thank you to these new patrons. We got K Webb and Lorna. Thank you very much, guys. Also patrons, like genuinely financial support from the patrons genuinely does help this channel continue. So without them, it wouldn't be possible to share all the information I've got. I was a professional jeweler for over 20 years, so I've got a lot of insight, a lot of skill, a lot of ability, is trained up to a high level. So this YouTube channel is about me sharing what I learned over the years. So if you're interested in becoming a jeweler or just making jewelry as a hobby, maybe click like and subscribe to this channel. Might be able to help you out in the future. If you want to really help me out, continue doing so, I will ask you to become a patron. You can click on the link in the description, or basically it's patreon.com/diamondmounter. You get a shout out on the next upload after you join. You get access to the new videos 2 weeks before they go public on YouTube, and classic and official patrons will get access to all the full instructional guides. There are 30 now, so from just £10 a month, it's quite a good deal, I think. Right, let's get into this video. Okay, Rolex seems to be the brand of choice for thugs and criminals. There's a lot of stolen watches on the market, and there's a lot of fakes on the market. So, yeah, watch out if you're looking to buy one second-hand. Here's a fun fact. There's a video of me on YouTube somewhere from years ago. Me and my old boss, armed gang, trying to break into the jewelers where I worked, and yeah, we're threatening them with hammers and baseball bats, and then they decided they didn't want to come in anymore and steal our stuff, and then they all left. So I might do a video in the future of dealing with robberies, but I need to get permission from a few people first. Anyway, right, so yeah, Rolex watches. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. So first of all, I would just have a quick look, just feel the weight. Is it overly light? Does it feel overly heavy as well? Because I don't know if this is true, but Rolex have got their own like steel foundry, like they make their own material. They use really high quality stuff, like really trying to get the best quality product they can. So they've got their own type of steel, which I don't think other people can replicate. Especially a diver's watch, they're built to withstand extreme depths in seawater. So any rust at all, anywhere, is a big no-no. There's very likely not a real watch. Other things, like again, just first initial things, like too much movement. If it looks quite new, but the bracelet is a bit floppy, I'd be like, it doesn't feel right. Things like that. This moves. It's a bit rattly. I don't think a real one would move as much as that without clicking. The feel of it, the sound of it. Again, remember, these are expensive watches. They're meant to be extremely high quality. So if things are a bit rattly, a bit flimsy, these are all red flags. You can look at the polish. Where's my rag? Look at the polish. If it's not polished to perfection, a 10-gram watch will be finished really, really nicely. Just turn the lights on. Yeah, 10-gram watch will be polished really, really nicely. So if you're seeing like sort of mop marks, little lines, likely not real. This one's quite good. Perhaps a little bit orange peely surface on there. But yeah, initial impressions is quite good. But there are already, just from looking at it and holding it, I've got a few red flags. Like that rattling, I don't like about this one. That bracelet, just with my naked eye, doesn't look, that looks horrible. Next stage, I'm going to be getting a 10 times loop. Really, that's the only tool you need. I'll check online and see what other people are saying, but this video is about what I would look at anyway. Yeah, that doesn't look anywhere near finished nice enough. This is probably just cast and then just brushed over. A Rolex one would be finished really nicely all around that. Looks really quite horrible. So the bracelet, I don't believe, or the clasp at least, I don't believe is real. That doesn't feel right. Nah, it feels really cheap compared to a Rolex. Again, you can check the polish, you can check the stamp. Is it actually stamped on there, or is it just like a logo that's sort of cast with it? Check all the writing as well. Any spelling mistakes obviously is going to be fake. but there's no reason why. The fakes are so accurate. They you could be looking at a fake watch with a real strap on, so just because one thing you're sure is real doesn't mean the rest of it is real. Even like the dial inside and stuff might be a real one with a fake case. So you need to sort of, every single part you need to confirm whether you really believe is real or not. Got holographic stickers on the back. The crown, this will be a giveaway. The finish of that, again, look, you can see it's sort of not polished around it. Always remind yourself, a Rolex, if there's a little bit of doubt, remind yourself, a real Rolex, a 10, 15, 20 grand Rolex will be finished really amazing. So any sort of lines around there, the way that's cut, a little bit not quite right. See that? The finish in there. I mean, these look like they're cut quite accurately, but the finish of them, I'm a little bit suspect of. You've got on the dial, or the number, sorry, around the bezel. A real one would probably, or very likely, be ceramic. This doesn't look like ceramic to me. That looks like just anodized aluminium. You might be painted, might be anodized. That doesn't look like ceramic to me. Nah, that's certainly not a real bezel for a 10 gram watch. Another thing, see the date inside? That's not very central. A real Rolex, perfectly in the middle, and then also the print of the numbers. Maybe I can change it. Have a look at a few different numbers. Does it even work? Oh, I can't even change them. Okay, this doesn't work very well. That's another red flag. Anyway, I think they might change. So, if the watch doesn't work properly, obviously that's a big no-no. Actually, look at the print on there. There shouldn't be any sort of blurry lines around there. All the numbers and stuff should be really sort of like accurate, really sharp, really straight lines. Look at the fluorescence. Should be all really neat and quite smooth as well. I think I've heard that the real Rolexes are quite smooth, and then the fake ones are always a bit rough. They can never quite get them right. The hands are quite a good, big giveaway, because that's such a delicate little thing. A real Rolex watch or any luxury watch, they will be machined to perfection, really sharp, no rough edges. These look a little bit blobby. Again, remind yourself, a real Rolex would be finished amazingly. So if anything looks a bit like rough or just not polished nicely or overly polished, rounded off edges, not matching, not symmetrical, red flags. Yeah, the writing, all the letters should be spaced out really nicely and then really sharp and flat and perfect. These don't look as good from what I'm remembering from a real watch. Of course, the way the second hand moves, this is a bit jerky. A real Rolex is much smoother than that. They're not perfectly smooth, but they move really nicely. So they've got proper high quality movements inside. But I have heard some of these fake ones will have a Swiss movement inside, but it won't be the quality of a real Rolex, I don't think. This one is automatic. I just spotted one more thing I thought was quite interesting. It's got that laser crownlet on the 6. That's what Rolex introduced to try and differentiate the real ones from the fake ones. Immediately all the replicas had that on the glass, so that is no proof that you're looking at a real watch. So yeah, I can quickly hold that, and it just feels a little bit wrong anyway, but I've got experience of real ones. But if you don't have experience of real ones, just remind yourself that the real one is an expensive watch, a very expensive watch, and should be finished really amazing, so there should be no iffiness about it. But you know, after things are a bit worn, they're a bit sort of scratched up anyway, it might hide some of the things I'm talking about now. But I recommend just going over every part of the watch. So you could be looking at a fake one with a real crown in, or a fake one with a real bezel or a real strap. They may have been making efforts to hide the fact that it was essentially a fake watch. If you're a jeweler, someone gives it to you to ask if it's real or not, first question you should ask is like, how much did you pay for it? If they got a story like $2 grand, like the guy was going through a divorce or something, he's wanting some money quickly, and that's like, no. You got lied to and you paid too much for a fake watch. It's probably, maybe a $500 watch might actually be worth it, but it's a fake Rolex, so you shouldn't really go near them or deal with them. But yeah, what people paid for it is a good indication whether it's real or not. You got to double check the strap. If the strap looks good, you need to check closely the polish and the brushed finishes. You need to check the crown, you need to check the bezel, the glass, the dial, the hands, just every part. And anything you're a bit suspicious of, go over everything else and yeah, confirm what you think of it. But if in doubt, bottle out, as we say. If you're looking to buy something, if it doesn't feel right, just that moves too much, like nah. Also, this watch, does that even exist? Is that even a real model from Rolex? A Submariner, a lady Submariner? I don't think I've ever seen one in real life before, so that watch might not actually be anything Rolex makes anyway. So anyway, that's everything I've got to say on fake Rolexes. If you wouldn't mind clicking like and subscribe, helps the channel grow. If you want to take a step further, you become a YouTube member. Thank you to all the YouTube members. I do notice you all, I really appreciate it. And people who click super thanks, got a new one the other day. Thank you very much, really appreciate that as well. If you want to support the channel, you can do that, or you can become a Diamond Mouter patron. There's a link in the description. It's patron.com/Diamond Mouter. And if not, you're welcome to watch the next uploads as they come on YouTube. Yeah, see you then. Bye.